I bet he hopes that his guitar also works as a shovel so he can dig himself out of this hole. Oh hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering why my hair looks good, it's because I showered for once in my life. No, stop. So guys, obviously we have so much to talk about this finale. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe because I put out new videos every single week and it helps me a whole bunch now. Let's get to the action. So let's roll it back to the beginning of this episode. Hannah is really having a hard time deciding between Tyler and Jed, and she says that she can talk to Jed for hours at a time, and I'm just a little confused because he literally barely talks. So what I'm thinking she meant to say was that she can talk for hours at a time and he just stares there and makes this face. Then she falls because she gets so stressed out that she can't make a decision, and the producer offers to help her back up, but she's like, no, don't touch me. That's when you know that someone's upset. If they don't take your hand when you are trying to help them stand back up, that's a classic, like, I don't want anyone touching me. So girl was heated. We're at the romantic engagement locale and Chris is welcoming Tyler. And I have to know, does Chris know who she's going to pick, or like, is that just a secret for her? Because can you imagine welcoming someone who you know is about to propose and get their heart broken and just trying to be like low-key polite about it? That's kind of sociopathic. My one comfort is that knowing that no matter who she chooses, or like any guy who's on this show or any girl who's on this show or Bachelor in Paradise, so basically anyone who's even been related to the Bachelor franchise, they've got a million admirers from every walk of life, so none of them are gonna die alone. The cicadas are being so extra right now. I am trying to create a cinematic masterpiece here. She sends home Tyler, which is just a mistake, and we have to go back to Chris in the studio, and he's talking about, will Jed be able to, you know, give her the love and trust she deserves? And there's one girl back in the audience again. We love the audience on this show because she's just going like this. I'm just like, girl, me, I wasn't there actually, but I've got enough spirit animals in this audience that I feel like I was pretty much there. When we finally see Hannah again, you know, waiting for Jed to come and propose, she talks about how she has clarity again. And that's just a little confusing to me because I'm pretty sure your girl just tried to hop out of a moving van because she was so confused about which one to choose and saying that she couldn't do this. So I don't know. Clarity looks a little different to me. Obviously, Jed has to come bring a guitar to his proposal. And I was just like, oh my gosh, Jed, do you play music? Insert SpongeBob meme here. I'm such a relatable millennial. And look, even if I wasn't happy that she picked Jed, her moment where she was talking about how she's been through so many things and she's wondered why God has put her in these difficult situations and she's been in all these unhealthy relationships, it's led her to that moment. I thought that was really nice. I related to it. Like, we know we don't like Jed, but that was a good speech, okay? Like, it was, I liked it, okay? Now, we all know at this point that Jed had a girlfriend, and Chris H loves a good pun, so he has to be like, Jed's gonna face the music, and my mom just being a freaking savage is like, I bet it's better than music he plays. And I'm just like, mama coming in clutch. Bachelor didn't mess around either when they're showing like the cute video of Hannah and Jed being together by the pool, and it freaking freezes on a picture of them like just being cute, and you've got Hannah coming in to do the voiceover like a freaking 60-minute special. She's like, and that's when it all went wrong, and it talks about how, you know, she's finding out about all this stuff, and it's not funny, but like it's kind of funny because of how dramatic it was, but like, I'm sorry. Now let's break down why Jed did some wrong things. I don't like judging people too much. That's a lie. I do enjoy it, but like I shouldn't. Here's where we have the issues here. When he revealed that he didn't even tell the truth after they were engaged, like, your boy should have told the truth when he was on the show, probably. Like, once he started to have genuine feelings for her, he should have been like, you know, I came here for music. Also, I was dating a girl. Because guess what? Maybe she wouldn't have kept you, but the right thing to do as a good human is to admit it. Like, you can't just keep going. But then he doesn't even tell the truth about it after they're engaged. Dude, you're gonna get married to this chick. Like, I know it's the Bachelorette and you might not think it's legit, but you're still not gonna tell her now? You're gonna make the girl have to circle stuff in a freaking People magazine? There's an emotional moment where Hannah has to confront Jed about all these things that he's done. And she asks for details. She's like, look, this is your time to be blunt. Tell me everything. And Jed talks about how he was dating this girl for 4 months, but just sleeping with other girls the whole time, and like he didn't take it seriously, thinking that this would make it better. It doesn't make it better, Jed. Like, I understand what his like strategy, I guess, was to make it seem like he didn't think it was that serious. But either way, you're shining the light on this turd. It's not going to be good. And I don't want to say that I called it, but if you look a few videos back, I mentioned how I thought it was odd that this rumor came out about Jed having a girlfriend and that Hannah didn't address it. Because sometimes you'll see that they'll like see these things and they'll comment on their Twitter about it. And most famously, there was that thing that came out with Garrett on Becca's season where it came out that he was misogynistic, that he like tweeted or liked some things on his social media and she didn't say anything. That's because she chose him at the end. So I'm like, when something comes out and they don't say anything about it, it's because they're like, ugh. And I have a really hard time with his argument of being like, I've changed, you know, that was a new me, I'm a different person now, you made me love you. Because homeboy, after he was in love with her, still didn't tell the truth about the girl. Didn't come clean and say, oh, this is what I was feeling. Had girls in his room after he was engaged. Like, even if he didn't do all those things, saying that love changed him, who you were 2 months ago, that's who you are still. Like, you're still that person. If you're ordering ramen noodles on Postmates and watching Orange is the New Black, you're not suddenly going to become someone who's freaking eating a salad watching the Great British Bake Off. You know what I'm saying? Then apparently, like, on the note that he wrote to his ex-girlfriend, it said 444. I don't know what that means, but it freaked Hannah out. So if someone in the comments, please, can you tell me what 444 means? Because I don't know if I'm just not hip and that's like some lingo the kids are throwing around, but like, I don't get it. When Hannah revealed that there were girls in his room, apparently the day after she left Nashville, so I'm guessing they got engaged, she went back to visit family or something in his town, and he had girls in his room. I could not believe that. I mean, I could believe it, but like, I didn't want to believe it. Pilot Pete would never. I just wanted Tyler to come back and or what him, you know what I mean? Like, let's bring it back. I bet he hopes that his guitar also works as a shovel so he can dig himself out of this hole. It's a very serious situation when they're talking about all these things that he's done. And at one point, Hannah's talking about how I needed all this information so I could make my, and she pauses and she ends up saying my decisions, when you know she wanted to say, I wish I had all this information so I could have made a better decision. But when homegirl took off that ring, you best believe I was clapping, my mama was clapping, the audience was clapping, we were all clapping. Obviously, after someone on this show gets their heart broken, we need to have an interview with them, really pull apart, you know, all of those festering emotions they have. And, you know, Chris holds no punches. He's like, so you know how you just had your heart broken? We're going to need you to open up that wound and drain it of all the blood and twist and wring out all of the emotion that we can get from this. She finally admits that she's not with Jed anymore and the audience applauds, and like I did too, but then I was like, ooh, this is real messed up because we're kind of applauding for the fact that he's trash and that her heart's broken and that he's a bad person, but he is a human being, so like it was kind of sick. And I automatically think, like, is she going to date Tyler now? Because, I mean, he's probably, like, single. I mean, I know he's had a lot of DMs on Instagram, probably, but shoot your shot. But her and Peter were also super cute, so, like, if things don't work out with Tyler, I low-key kind of want her to get with Peter, but I also want Peter to be a bachelor, you know what I'm saying? Gotta bring Jed out, you know, to tell his side of the story, and my mom, just being the troll she is like, what if he just comes out hand in hand with his girlfriend? No one claps. And the really shocking thing is, like, the whole time he was on such a high horse about Luke P, and the whole time he was just being a trash panda himself, and it's just like, dude, at least Luke P was keeping it, like, 100. Like, yeah, he was a liar, but at least he didn't have a girlfriend. His so-called apology to her when he's talking about all the things he did wrong and his growth is all about just him trying to keep a public image so that he can sell some freaking 99 single on iTunes. It was not about her at all. But homegirl's pageant skills were coming in clutch because he was being a man baby, and she still responded very eloquently and poised, even though she probably wanted to shove that guitar. Well, give him a colonoscopy with his guitar. Let's be ladies about this. She just wanted to perform, you know, a traditional medical exam. Jed overall, for someone with a light ball shaped head, not very bright. We end this whole journey with Tyler coming out, you know, and she's like all giddy and she turns her body like completely towards him. And she's like, well, you are an incredible man and I'm a single girl. And the audience goes wild. Like, I don't know what kind of exhibitionist stuff was going on, but they were feeling it. And I guess now they're gonna go get a drink or something. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. It has been quite the journey. I'm really excited too because next week Bachelor in Paradise starts, so be sure to subscribe because I will be covering all of that. And oh my gosh, it looks so good. I'm so excited for Demi to be on this queer journey, and like I just can't wait to see how that all goes down because I know on other versions of Bachelor in Paradise they have already had queer couples, so it'll be really cool that we're gonna have that soon in the US. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Any comments about this season or like any things that like still blow your mind, please leave in the comments because I love talking about this whole franchise. I'm franchise trash. Subscribe.